Factory Stick and Lace DIY. If you are returning, thank you so much for being here. I hope you all know how much I appreciate you. And if you're new, welcome. My name is Brenda and I am so happy you stopped by today. Today I'm participating in the Duping Through the Holidays playlist, and I will let you know more about that in a few minutes. But if you're new, I hope you enjoy what you see today. And if you do, make sure you hit that subscribe button and give me that thumbs up. That really helps my channel grow. And with all that being said, let's get to crafting. Okay, here's the inspiration piece for DIY number 1. So I start off with this wood tree cutout from Dollar Tree. I created the words for Off My Cricket, a couple of tumbling tower blocks, and this piece of wallpaper also from the Dollar Tree. So I just start off by tracing out this tree on the back side of that paper. And then once I have it all traced out, I'm just going to trim it all out, as you see here. And then after that, I take off the backing and I'm just going to place this in the front part of the tree. Now, guys, this DIY is super easy. If you can't find this wallpaper, you can always use some scrapbook paper. That would work too. I know Hobby Lobby has a lot that looks like that. Then I took my apple barrel paint in the color Nutmeg, and I am just painting the base of that tree, and I also paint the 2 tumbling tower blocks with that same color. And I don't know why I felt like I needed to show you guys this part. Sorry, guys. Oh, boy. Once those were drying, I took my words and I am just putting them on the front of this tree. Now, I had a little bit of trouble because the way they had that written out, it was like some of the letters overlapped the other letters and I kept trying to pull up. But, you know, I just kept working at it and all came out. So after that, I got ahead of myself and I glued those 2 tumbling tower blocks pieces together. What I really wanted to do was glue the base of that tree in between them. So since I got ahead of myself, I just put a little hot glue on the tip of the bottom of that tree, and it wasn't very sturdy, so I'm just going to grab another little tumbling tower block and hot glue it to the back, and then it was fine after that. So if you recreate this, I would recommend making sure that you glue that trunk of the tree in between those tumbling tower blocks. That way it will be a little more sturdy. And that was all there is for this one. So for those of you who maybe don't like to do a lot of decorating or don't like all the traditional colors and bling, it's just a very simple bless our house, and you know, it could be up all winter long. And there again is a picture of the inspiration piece. So today I am so honored to be part of the Duping Through the Holiday playlist with all of these amazing women and DIYers. Every Friday in November there will be a playlist for a different store that we will be duping, and this week is Kirklands. There will also be a $100 gift card giveaway each week, and all you have to do to be entered into the drawing is to answer each creator's question and put that in the comment box of their video. You will have until November 10th, which is a Monday, the Monday after this video airs, to answer the question, and then the winner will be announced later on that evening. So keep on watching and have your notifications set, and make sure you check out what comes next week, because next week will be Pottery Barn. Okay, so here is inspiration piece number 2. So for this, I took some jute string or jute rope and some beads. I had this Merry Christmas sign I got from Hobby Lobby, and then this reed wood stripping from Amazon, and then the bicycle spoke from Dollar Tree, and some foam board. Now, also I forgot this contact paper that I also got from Dollar Tree. So I start out by tracing this wheel onto that foam board. Now, if you can't find that wheel, and then I cut it out there. If you can't find that wheel, my original plan was to use an embroidery hoop, but unfortunately, I did not have one big enough to fit my wood rounds that I had. So I guess I could have cut down a foam board. Oh my goodness. So you could do it either way, guys. But here I'm just hot gluing that wagon wheel onto that foam board. I'm using some clips because I know metal and hot glue don't like to work too well. So I'm just kind of using that clip to keep it down until I get through this part. Well, you see I took them off there, but I'm just using this contact paper. I'm going to cover the whole front of that piece of foam board with this contact paper. And once I get this all laid out, I'm just going to use my little scraper and just kind of get all the bubbles out from underneath that paper. And then I decided, instead of trimming it off, I was just going to just wrap it around the backside just to kind of help keep that spoke secure with the foam board because of the hot glue and the metal not wanting to work so well. And then I am going to cut down this reed piece to size to fit around that foam piece. Now, I did use some more of that contact paper to cover the back because it didn't look so pretty because it didn't go all the way through. So anyway, so after I had that all measured and cut out, I went ahead with my Waverly chalk paint in the color white and I painted it. And once it was dry, I am just going to run out some hot glue towards the bottom part of it and just wrap it all around that circle just to give it kind of a frame. Then I took my Merry Christmas sign and I'm taking my folk art metallic paint in the color pure gold. I believe it's pure gold. And I am just giving it a good brushing. And then after it was dry, I just went around with my hot glue and I'm going to place that right on top of that round. Now, if you recreate this, you might want to put it down in the middle a little bit. I should have stood up to look at where I was placing it so I could see it needed to come down a little bit more. But that's okay because I know what I'm going to do with it. So I just took some of that jute rope here and I put a little tape around the end and I'm just going to string it through. I think I used like 20 beads. And then I'm just going to tie a knot on each end to keep those beads in place. Then I'm going to tie another knot on the ends to so that it just kind of connects with that hot glue. Just be careful you don't burn a hole through that paper because I can see that trying to do that. But there it is. There is the finished product. I think I might add some greenery to the bottom. I just like to have a little more color to it myself. But there it is, and there is the inspiration piece. So let me know what you think about these pieces in the comment box, and I'll let you know what the question is here in a few minutes. This is the next inspiration piece. I just absolutely love this sign. So I'm going to start out with using 3 of these metal signs from Dollar Tree, that scrapbook paper from Hobby Lobby, and these letters came from Walmart. So I am going to take a black Sharpie here and I just have it lined up on my mat there. I'm lining up with the diagonal lines and I trace out where I want to cut it. And then I have these, I don't know what they call these. I got these this spring at Dollar Tree and they cut through that metal like butter. It was so easy. So I am just cutting the edges off so that it kind of looks a little more like a tag. And then after that, I'm going to take my E6000 or E600, whatever it's called, and hot glue, and I am going to attach those 3 metal pieces together, just like you see there. I do go in at the end and put a little stick of like popsicle stick behind it to kind of help give it a little more security too. Then I take my Waverly chalk paint and the color ink and I am just giving it a good coating. Now you might want to use some Mod Podge on it first. I was going to do that and then I forgot and realized after I started painting it. So once I got that all painted and it was dry, I did go in and put a good layer of Mod Podge over it just to help protect that paint from chipping off of the metal. Then while that was drying, I took these letters and I'm tracing them out on that paper. Now, don't do what I did. I traced out the J like that. And then when I turned the paper over, of course, it was going the opposite direction. So if you're doing a letter that matters which direction it goes, you want to trace that out on the front. So once I have that all traced out, I do cut them all out. And then I am going to paint the edges of them white so that, because the paper's not going to cover the sides, so that way you have a finished look. So my question for you is, what is your favorite type of Christmas or holiday decor? Do you like trees? Do you like lights? Do you like nothing? Whatever. Just answer that question. Do you like ornaments? Do you like bells, stockings? What is your favorite thing to decorate with for Christmas? So then, or for the holidays. It might not be Christmas you celebrate, but whatever holidays you do celebrate. So after that, I just added some Mod Podge onto those letters, and then I am just adding the paper onto that. And once that was dry, I went ahead with my Mod Podge and added it to the top as well. Then I trimmed out, the middle of the O and all the other pieces. And then here I am just using my E6000 and my hot glue to attach these letters. Now, because of the ridges of the metal, it did kind of want to pop up a little, so I do end up putting something heavy on it and left it overnight so that it got a good adherence. I don't know what you'd say. Then I took my Scrapbook dial and I made a little hole at the top. I took some of this jute twine I got from Dollar Tree. I folded it in half and put the folded part through the hole, tied a knot in the end, and then I struggled because I'm like, wait, how do you do this? And I'm like, I know you can do this. I was doing it backwards. So you just put the knotted piece through the looped piece and pull. Then I decided it was too long, so I cut it down and just tied the ends into a knot again. And if you can see the J looks a little crooked there, it's because it was coming off. But once I put something heavy on it and let it sit overnight, it stuck on there really good. So then I'm just taking my lighter here and I'm burning down those edges of that jute twine. Then I took some of these branches I got off of a pick from Dollar Tree and I'm just hot gluing them on top, and then I'm just going to hot glue a little gold bell on top as well. And that's all there was for this, and I absolutely love this. You'll have to let me know what you think, but I just think it is just stunning. Yeah, and there's the inspiration piece. The trees are a little bit different, but I think it came out looking pretty darn close. So here are the final 3. Make sure you leave your comment, answer the question in my comment box, check out everyone else's videos, leave the comments to theirs, and then good luck everybody, and I am excited to see who wins, and I hope one of you do, because that would be so fun and exciting. So until next week, have a blessed week, and we'll see you then. Bye-bye.